King of Israel, chosen and anointed of God, enters the court. Bow the knee.
You may arise.
Your Majesty, there is present, awaiting an audience, a delegation of the chief elders of Ziph.
What is their complaint?
Oh, no complaint, Your Majesty. Rather, they wish to do His Majesty a great favor.
Oh?
They know the present whereabouts of David.
Audience granted.
The delegation from Ziph may approach the throne.
Long live the king!
You know where David and his men are?
We do, Your Majesty.
Well, I trust they are well and happy. Give them my best regard.
But don't you want to, aren't you anxious that he and his men be exterminated?
I have made my peace with David. He is a just and great man. He has no enmity against me, nor I toward him.
That's odd, Your Majesty. He's among the caves and wooded places of the hill of Hakila, hiding from you.
Why do you bring this information to me?
We thought to do our king a service and favor, Your Majesty.
Oh? Now, give me the real reason.
Oh, Your Majesty, we considered David our enemy, and the enemy of Israel. Especially is he your enemy, Your Majesty. We came to reveal David's hiding place, hoping to win the favor of our king and receive just compensation.
You say he hides from me? Why? Do you know?
He hopes to take your place on the throne. Is this not true, Your Majesty?
Yes.
Well, Your Majesty, we Ziphites do not want him as king. We want you and your sons after you.
Yes, and you shall, yes. Abner!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Did you hear that, General? David hides in the wilderness of Ziph.
I heard, Your Majesty. Shall we go after him?
We will go after him, General.
Immediately, sire?
Yes, as soon as you can muster the men, General. And this time we will take a smaller force, but one better trained in hunting and tracking down the enemy in broken country, not in open warfare. Now, get together about 3,000 of our best men.
Yes, sir.
This is the place, Your Majesty. This is the hill of Hakila. David and his men are hidden hereabouts.
You're sure?
Absolutely, Your Majesty.
All right. General, we'll make camp here. Pitch my tent in that open space. As soon as it is up, I wish to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Pitch your tents on the double.
You realize, of course, Abner, that David and his men are thoroughly trained and experienced in this sort of warfare.
Yes, sir.
You will, therefore, take extra precautions. Post double guards at every possible access point. Send out your best spies. By morning, I want to know exactly where David and his men are holed up and just how many there are of them.
Quiet, men! Our leader, David, wishes your attention. Thank you. David?
Men, you're well acquainted with the facts of our constant flight to avoid the anger of our king. Like myself, you despair of permanent peace with King Saul. The demon anger has again been aroused within him, and again he seeks our lives. Friendly spies have brought word that at this very moment, he and a large army of chosen men make camp on the hill Hakila. I shall personally spy out their camp. Who will volunteer to go with me?
As general of your forces, sir, I claim the right to go with you.
As general, you shall stay here and keep things in order. Abishai, you and your brother.
I want to go.
No. 3 is enough. Abishai, his brother, and myself. Joab, let the men rest, yet keep them ready to move out at a moment's notice.
Yes, sir.
All right, you 2 men, come with me. Let's get going. There it is, the camp of King Saul and his men. Surprisingly clear in the moonlight.
Yes, sir.
And by the position and arrangement of the camp, I'd say that the king himself sleeps in that open spot. That man by his side is his bodyguard and chief commander, Abner.
I think I'll go down there, right to the midst of their camp. Which of you will go with me?
Oh, I will, sir.
Very well, Abishai. You shall accompany me. We'll enter by way of those deep shadows made by the hills.
Our mission, sir?
To ascertain the number of soldiers with Saul.
Yes, sir.
Now follow me, quietly.
This one is King Saul himself, sir.
Yes, I know.
His spear is stuck in the ground by his side. Here is a cask of water. And look at Abner. Asleep, sound asleep. Now, with this spear, I could easily end the king's life, and I would be the hero.
No, Saul is anointed of the Lord. Who can stretch his hand against him and be guiltless? The Lord only can give life, and the Lord shall take it away. However, we'll take the king's spear and his cruse of water.
Well, I don't get all this. It's a mystery to me.
A mystery?
Yes, how does it happen we could get all the way to the center of their camp, close enough to kill the king himself? Not a soul wake up. Not one. We didn't even see a sentry.
The Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon them, Abishai. That's the solution to your mystery.
But why?
To test me, probably. To see if I would harm the anointed of the Lord. Also to teach the king and his general Abner a lesson.
Teach them a lesson?
We're going to be God's instruments. We're going over there on the other side of the ravine. Then we're going to awaken Saul and his guards and tell them what happened and show them that death could have come to Saul and make clear that I have no desire to harm him.
Oh, yes, I see. That'll teach him a lesson, all right. Especially Abner, that so-called general and bodyguard of the king.
Abner! Abner! Abner!
Someone is calling you, General.
Yes, sir. Who is it? What do you want?
Aren't you supposed to be a valiant man, Abner? Who is like unto thee in all Israel? Are you not supposed to guard the king? You've not done so tonight, for there came one right up to your king and could have thrust him through. You're worthy to die, Abner, because you have failed in your duty to protect the anointed of God. Look around. Do you see the king's spear and his cruse of water? No, because I have them.
Is that you, David? It sounds like your voice.
It is my voice, my lord.
You took my spear and water.
Yes, O king, and I could just as easily have taken your life.
But why didn't you?
Well, why should I? The Lord chose and anointed you king of Israel, and certainly I shall do nothing to reverse the purpose of God.
Oh, blessed be thou, my son David, because thou hast spared my life, and set thine eyes upon the will of God. Thou shalt do great things, and still prevail.